Welcome to GenX Journeys, the podcast that's all about rediscovering, reinventing, and thriving. I'm your host, Paul Stressner, and if you're part of Generation X, this show's for you. We dive into real stories of resilience, reinvention, and personal growth, all while celebrating the past and charging full speed into the future. Whether it's nostalgia-fueled throwbacks, inspiring conversations, or motivation to help you level up, GenX Journeys is here to remind you your best days are not behind you. They're happening right now, and you're just getting started. So let's get into it. Welcome back to GenX Journeys. I'm Paul Stressner, and joining me, as always, is my GenX Book Club co-host, Suzanne Mattaboni.
Hey there. Hi.
And if you grew up in the 80s and you know that the music of the decade just wasn't background noise, it was a soundtrack to everything. Road trips, school dances, roller rinks, MTV, and those songs were woven right into our memories. So today we're talking with two people who help keep that spirit alive every time they step on stage. Our guests are Rob and Lisa from Rubixx, one of the country's premier 80s tribute bands. Rubixx brings decades to life with the big hits and big energy, and yes, the big hair. And their shows celebrate everything we love about the 80s music, from pop and rock to the songs that defined our generation. But what I love about bands like Rubixx is that it's not just nostalgia, it's about bringing people together. When those songs start playing, suddenly everyone in the room singing, dancing, and remember when they first heard the first time they heard these songs. So today we're going to talk about the music, the performances, the stories behind the band, and what it's like to keep the spirit of the 80s alive for the audiences today. Rob and Lisa, welcome to GenX Journeys.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Guys, so much.
Maybe a couple of weeks ago, we had a conversation that was supposed to be a half hour, ended up being 2 hours. It was so much fun. It really lifted me up. So
It's Lisa's fault.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's Debbie's fault. It's Debbie's fault.
So for people who may not know you guys yet, how did Rubik's first come together? And you could start with your origin story. We'll take it from there.
Just keep it short and simple. I thought of the concept of the band that's a little more than 7 years ago, and reached out to some players, and it has grown tremendously. We've changed players around, and now we have like a really exciting fit. We're very, very happy with the group that we have going forward now. It took a while, I mean, we had fun along the way. Don't get me wrong. It was just growing, and now we're there. Now I have like the perfect partner to work with. We bounce off each other so well, and we have a great lineup behind us, backline behind us. Drums, keyboards, bass, guitar. We stand out at every position, which is nice.
What was your relationship with 80s music growing up?
You can start first if you want.
Thanks. I appreciate that. It's nice to see you guys. Again, thank you for having us.
Sure.
Love that. Love that. I think true to all of us, it was definitely a soundtrack time to our lives. So, growing up, moving through the ranks, learning how to go to work, learning how to deal with life, all of that, friends, relationships, all that good stuff. I think the radio was probably everybody's best friend. If you had a bad day, somebody else did too, because you hit the button and there it was. So I think growing up 80s was definitely the place. I think it's a highlight in my life. And true to form, it brought us full circle. We get to relive these feelings, these emotions in the same manner in which we were when we were there. So I'm very, very thankful to have this.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of any show. Anytime somebody comes up to us and says that, anytime somebody comes up to us and says, well, wow, you guys, outstanding job tonight. And then they'll say like, yeah, you brought back so many memories. Listen, I'm hearing songs I haven't heard in 20 years, and it's just made me think about when I first heard this song, the first time I ever heard this song. And that's special. I like that. That to me is the ultimate compliment.
Yeah, and there's a lot of regular tribute bands to specific bands, but you guys cover a whole generation basically. How do you
1980 to 1989.
yeah, exactly. How do you plan like your playlist, the different styles of music you play, or it's gonna be tough to, you playing something different every time, or I'm
We
sure you have
try,
staples.
and the fun I love this actually. Some people think like it would be like locking horns, but it's not.
Mm,
I have a different style and taste for 80s music than say Lisa. Lisa is more of a club and an R&B. She likes that's her rhythm, but she can do it all. But that's just a preference. And me, I've always liked the synth, British new wave synth stuff, like the Flock of
mm,
Seagulls stuff. I like that stuff. And we kind of bridge together. And then the rest of the guys in the band have different likes. That's really where it comes from. You like a certain song and like, I can see us doing this. Or but you also have to think strategically too. You have to look at a song. You can't just play for yourself, say, because I like this song. It might be the fourth cut off an album that nobody else is going to know. So you can't
mm.
you can't do that. You got to play what people know because that's what's going to bring you back. So
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, I used to, when I had my Return to the 80s vlog, I would do oh no, I can't. I gave like the lyrics to the song, and people would have to guess the artist in the song. And yeah, use some ones that everybody knew. I'd be, oh, this is so boring, but those would be the biggest hits that
yeah,
everybody
yeah,
was drawn to.
yeah. I won't mention a name, but a friend of mine who plays in a very very popular tribute band, and he has friends from where he's from, where uh, Suzanne and I are originally from Long Island. That there's an 80s band up there. Again, I won't say names, but we were trying to get a little ahead of ourselves. Like we were trying to do stuff, and this was a couple years ago. We were trying to come up with songs that nobody does, stuff that like we wanted to be different.
Hmm.
And the advice I got was that band is so successful, they make bank and they play the same meat and potatoes over and over and over and over and over again. Don't
Hmm.
get too cute. So even though we do, you have to change it up. You can't keep doing the same Madonna songs or the same, Flock of Seagull songs, or it gets monotonous. You got to change it up. But he did. That was good advice because people come out, they want to dance and they want to hear the stuff they know.
Hmm.
So they don't really care that that band is playing the same 35 songs or give or take. They don't care. That's what they expect.
Yeah, well, if you seem to have quite a list from what you described to me, so even if
Yeah, we
you
do.
did like 3 shows in a row, you could still play
Yeah,
different songs
yeah.
almost in for every show. And
Yeah, I mean, an average show is like what 35, 38 songs
Yeah.
a show. So we
wow,
have in the 150 range
Yeah.
songs. So yeah, we could do that easy. Maybe even 4.
How long is the average night? Like 3 or 4 hours that you guys play?
Depends. Some gigs we play from like 8 to 12 with a couple of breaks. Sometimes I like to, and they hate me for it. Sometimes when I like to spice it up a little bit, like instead of doing 3 sets, I'm like, let's do 2 long sets.
Oh my God.
So we're up there for like an hour and 40 each.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we love him after that. We
My
say
my
thanks.
my drummer puts up a finger, and it's not that one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
fun, But the average is like, um, it's really never less than 3. We'll do like last night's event. We played from 8 to 11, and I
Hmm.
broke it up into 2 sets. But the average one's probably 4. Let's say about 4 hours with breaks though, with 2 breaks. So you're playing 3 hours basically.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it's cool that you're both lead singers, so then you can like switch off and do male songs and female songs and maybe even duets and yeah.
Yeah,
So,
the duets are my
so
favorite. I like doing those. The
yeah.
best.
Those are great.
Yeah, I like that the best
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
we try and interact with each other's songs. Like I like singing backups to her songs. But when we do duets, that's when we kind of almost forget the audience. We kind of sing to each other and we act out stuff on stage, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. Well, we show.
Yeah.
I think that there's a, if I may, there's a nice camaraderie between all of us, ourselves, as well as the other guys that are on the other sides that are covering the rest of the stage. We're unique in that, right? Because there are absolutely no egos. This is the easiest, most peaceful work project I've ever been a part of. And everybody comes with their superpower. Everybody sings. They all have the ability to sing full on lead. They all have the ability to hear harmony, which really impacts us. That makes us super strong. We're capable of covering music things in that way. And then we have the other side of it where everybody comes with their flavor. As he was mentioning before, he enjoys his, we have the new wave stuff. We have all, you've got the Cure, you've got all that. And you've got, the bubble gum with me. You've got, the pop stuff, the freestyle stuff that we touch on every so often, a little bit of the rap stuff. We have such a good eclectic mix. And the one thing that I think allows us the ability to really shine is that we take part in, it's the visuals. MTV, man, you got the videos. So when we do Top Gun, we pull out our Top Gun, our flight suits. When we're doing Madonna,
flight jacket.
Yeah. We have the boas. We've got Cyndi Lauper. I've got my hats. We've got all the shtick that goes with it. So it's quite a flair that we're very lucky to be able to run around town with.
Well, I'll ask the question right now. How many guys do you know would be comfortable when I step on my stage and she's already dressed up the stage? She has either a neon green or a pink boa on my mic stand wrapped all the way around to the, and I walk up like it's nothing at all. But I guarantee you 9 out of 10 singers, male singers in any other bands would no, I'm not doing that.
Well, I really liked seeing Rob, or Bobby, as we used to know him in the
That's
past.
cool.
Way back, we used to sing together. But Lisa, I've just met you, and I have to say I'm really impressed with how dedicated you guys seem to creating this experience. And like you said, that's the kind of thing that's not going to happen if you have a bunch of people with egos and your heads. And I know that as a singer and somebody who's worked in theater, it's not that easy to get a bunch of people in a room performing who have all this creative energy and have it be all about the show. But to listen to you two talk together, you just sound so gracious about the whole thing and just creating this whole experience for the audience. And it's terrific because it's our experience, that's kind of being
exactly
creative.
You just hit it right on the head. It's your experience. Exactly right.
From this to
that. And yes. We don't have egos. We don't have, Lisa and I don't have thin skin. So I have no problem with anybody in my band if they say, hey, can I take a crack at singing lead in that song? Or can I try this? Sure. No problem. If it works, it works. Great. I don't have any thin skin.
You guys are having a good time.
To me, it highlights, it shows us off. It shows if another person in the band takes a lead on a song, that just makes us as a whole look better. Yes. I don't look at it as like, no, that's my song. I can't have that one. No. I don't care.
It's a good, healthy mentality we have going on in this group.
Yeah.
So it's successful because of that. I think that's the core of all of this. We're able to flex. We're able to, we will work on certain pieces of material, but sometimes it goes over great and we watch it. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes, and not in a bad way, just we have a specific, when we go into our jobs, we have a specific design in mind with how to keep the draw and how to watch the people. We have so much of a percentage that appreciates the style, so much that appreciates that style. How do you make it cohesive? Somehow we do. And it's successful.
Yeah. The look is, the visuals are very important. And it doesn't even have to be the clothing. It could be movements on stage. If they're coordinated, it looks cool. If somebody's watching that, rather than somebody, showing up to see a live band on Friday or Saturday night. And a couple of guys are up there, they're dressed in cargo shorts and t-shirts and flip-flops, and they don't look any different from anybody in the audience. Okay. I don't care how good they are. I'm not going to be, I'm going to go home and I'll talk to friends the next day. Like, oh, what'd you do? Oh, I saw a band last night. What was their name? I don't remember. I don't remember. That's how I treat it. I don't care how good they were. If it doesn't stick out to me, I won't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what makes you stand out is that more of experience than a tribute band. But yeah,
The name's important too. It really is. And I always thought so, but then I got reconfirmed that from I'll give him a shout out, Vinny, a friend of ours. He says all the time, he doesn't understand some of the names of the local bands. He goes, with you guys, he goes, Rubixx, you know exactly what they are.
Yes.
I mean, what else can they be other than 80s? When you hear your name, he goes, whoever named the band should be patted on the back. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Hello.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry. Nope. I'm going to take that back. Tracy Denton named the band.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Tracy actually named the band. So if she hears this, I'm going to give her the credit because we were talking about names for the band and some of the former members, somebody said members only. And I threw that out at her. And she's like, eh. And then she's like, what about Rubixx? But spell it differently. Like she did the whole thing. She's like, use X's instead of the K. And I'm like, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And I just ran with it. That was it. So she has the credit for that one. She named it.
Was that a friend of yours growing up or something?
Yes, she went to high school with us. Yeah.
Okay.
She graduated with me though. Suzanne is a class before me.
I was a year ahead.
Yeah.
So, but I know Tracy at this point.
Yeah.
We've had some interaction over the years.
Did you do cheer or kick? Were you in either one of them?
1 year. Cheer.
Cheer, right? And she was kick,
Yeah,
right?
I think she was kick line. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Cool memories.
Well, another great thing about the name, though, I'm good friends with the band Rubik's Cube. I've had them on before. I interviewed them in person, and they actually were the actual Rubik's Cube company gave them permission to use their name, but they wanted to spell it different because if you look up Rubik's Cube, like the regular Rubik's Cube, that's going to come up on top.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you do it a little different, then you're going to pop up on top. And
exactly. Yeah.
So
I didn't want to go too hard with it. I mean, at first I was like, why don't we do it like 3 X's? I'm like, no, that's going to look too, you know what?
Yeah, that would be that could go into other territory.
Yeah, people are searching for that.
Well, we like that because we're double. So it's double, extra
sexy.
Yes.
That's how we pronounce it.
I love it. So are there like any what songs really like get the audience to explode? Are there ones that really stand out that every time it's like boom?
You could take this first one.
I'm gonna put that one on him when he busts out his Footloose or any of those high powered. Those are anthems. It's the anthems that get everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We recently added. We work on specific genres within elements, and what I mean by that is we'll do different things like certain itemized listings. I love my movie themes. Love our epic movie themes. And we will roll out Top Gun. We will roll out Rocky. We will roll out Dirty Dancing. And boy,
we don't just do one.
Oh,
we do like minimum of 2, most of the time 3 from a movie in a row. And then
you get the guys, you put on the Rocky hat and you start doing the thing and everybody goes berserk because we love that. We want to go back to that time. So, you put on the leather jacket, you keep it, he will laugh. I come to every show with a suitcase.
Yeah. I thought she was nuts when I first met her. When she first joined the band, I was like, what does she have there?
Moving. Leopard, because
She bring like half her wardrobe with her. I mean,
that's right. But when we do Madonna, I bust out the veils. I've got, the money, the all of the wedding dress, all of that stuff, I think is integral to this brand. So it definitely is something to remember. When you leave, we're going to make you feel what we had to say.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We bust into Material Girl or Like a Virgin that she needs like an extra 5 seconds. She has to put the little mini veil on and she has that on and then the song is playing. Material Girl, the same thing. She got some nice props, like fake $100 bills that were just kind of making it rain out there.
Yeah.
Which half of them end up in our tip jar, which is kind of funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
Yeah.
But again, the visuals, it's like, I think that's something that kind of defined the music of the era anyway, is that,
Yeah.
you know, everybody saw the band suddenly were pretty and they were in the beautiful blazers and, you know, just the clothing matched and you had a whole story going on in the video. And then like you couldn't go see a movie without the soundtrack being a big deal. Like that
Absolutely.
doesn't happen.
Mm.
That stuff just stopped happening. Like grunge
Yeah.
came along and there went dressing nicely. Everybody was just in like plaid
Yeah.
and jeans and, you know, you look
Depressing. Yeah.
shoes on, you know.
Yes.
But that just went by the wayside. And now you don't go to a movie and get like a theme for, you know, maybe, you know, John Williams is doing like themes in the background, but not something where like, you know, the words and you can sing and they do the montage and, you know, like,
Yes.
Yeah, there's not that many of them
right.
where
All
an
the
artist
videos.
comes on board, right?
Yes.
An artist comes on board. Like, you know, for example, we were just talking about Footloose. I mean, how many of these songs were top 10 songs from that soundtrack? You know
Right.
what I
And they
mean?
sold the movie that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
On the videos on MTV.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, MTV, that's kind of where it sold it for me. I mean, I'm the original MTV generation, day one. Before MTV, I was a classic rock enthusiast. I like stuff like Boston and Kansas and Styx and Led Zeppelin. And, I like that stuff. MTV kind of opened a whole new door for me because I didn't really know anything about some of these synth bands that were coming over. And then it kind of caught my attention. And then I was like, oh, this is pretty cool stuff, you know?
I got hooked a little earlier.
Yeah, it was the girls. The girls, they were way ahead of us.
Blondie and the Cars
Yeah.
and Joe Jackson and Gary Newman.
I was a fan of the Cars. The Cars came out like in 78 or 79. They, along with the Knack. Remember the Knack?
Yeah.
The skinny tie wearing guys, you know, that was like the look. But I mean, you think about MTV, how it influenced fashion over that whole decade, or at least 3/4 of it, you know, how much fashion was influenced through MTV and the artists that came on, just doing what you just said, dressing in their glam look, whether it's hairstyles or accessories they wore. I mean, Madonna, geez, how long did she have her look that every kid in the country, in the world really, was buying rubber bracelets and, and the mesh stuff that she wore.
You guys who wore the rubber bracelets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That was almost something that was, I think, such a cool connection to other people, because, you know, people are walking on the street with the flock of seagulls, you know what I mean? The hair and all of that, you know exactly their vibe, you know, and when you had music that tied everybody together, that was what MTV was a diamond for, because it in one place brought so many different vibes in one shot. I mean, and as the years went by, you know, you had, you know, Club MTV, and then you had, you know, Real World, all of those things, but it was inclusive. I mean, it brought weird eclectic things like Herbie Hancock.
Yeah.
What is that? But then you have
crazy,
Robert Palmer coming out of that stuff with the sexy suits and the ties and the girls and you know, there was so much luster.
Something for everybody, you know. It was so eclectic. It was really, really cool stuff. So yeah, I really kind of jumped on board that in that beginning of that decade. I started really getting into some of these bands. Yeah.
I've never met a showman more than this guy. Never.
I
do this for all my life.
I'm a peacock. I like the show.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
That's like an inside joke. I get called a peacock a lot, so I'm like, all right, I'll wear it.
His peacock is all of his color and flair is way bigger than any hair I put on for any show any day. And I have all kinds of hair. I have hair for Mondays and Tuesdays and Saturday shows. So trust me, all those things that you see, it's all hair, but it's fun. Pop color, all this, but no matter, his persona is way bigger than any nail or hair I could ever use.
You know, a little inside humor that because we're such good friends and we can kind of bang on each other. You know, whenever she has a wardrobe malfunction, I crack my ass up. I really do.
Like last night?
Last night
was funny.
She turns around like her bra strap was off, and I'm like, "Oh my god, what do you want me to do?"
First song.
I'm trying to find my wife. I'm like, get Deb.
The
I
sound
don't even
guy.
know how they fixed it.
The sound guy came out. Oh, you saw it. He came running. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
The show
Yeah.
must go on.
It's
You know?
just it's funny. It's funny. Like I'm waiting for my first malfunction, and I'm sure she will laugh her ass off when it happens.
I'm gonna watch you.
It's my closet.
Yeah. I just don't have anything that's. I mean, other than splitting my pants. I mean, what else can happen?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
You did that not too long ago. Something happened. and you
Don't say that. Don't.
Oh no, I won't get into detail, but I did have to leave the stage because I had some uncomfortable stomach virus thing going on.
TMI. Yes, I'm gonna have
I was
that.
like,
Yes,
I leaned into Lisa and I said, "You take the next 4 or 5 songs.
take
I'll
the
be right
reins,
back."
and I'm like,
Oh boy.
jazz hands all around. It's
See
like,
ya.
okay, boys, let's go. Good time.
So I was like, "All right, I'll be back in a few." Close out the
Gotta be
set.
able to improv, I guess.
Yeah,
You go.
yeah. It's funny.
Yeah, I mean,
It's good
you know, talking about MTV for a second, what I find fascinating is many years later, you start hearing those behind the scenes stories
Oh,
of like how they came about with some of the ideas they came about with. Like, you know, you mentioned Flock of Seagulls and his hairstyle. And to hear that story, I didn't know that till many years later, that was actually a mohawk. And they were set to go on stage. And I think the bass player, because they all like worked in like salons, I think they did hair. So he did his hair up as a mohawk, really high mohawk. And the bass player just kind of hit him on top of the head just before they hit the stage. And all it did was flatten out the front and it made the wings come out. So they were looking at it and they're like, hey, that looks cool. So he went out there, and that's how that style came about.
I did not.
I did not know that story.
I didn't know that either.
Years and years later. Yep, true story.
Wow.
Little things like that. It makes me laugh because, like, wow, I did not know that story. Yeah,
Yeah. Like, we'll have to get all the fun on the interwebs.
Well,
all the fun surprise stories on the back.
I'll let my wife. She'll yell this across the room. Who's the one person you do not want to play Trivial Pursuit against? There you go. There you go. I don't know everything. My brain is just loaded up with a bunch of useless information that does me absolutely no good, other than win board games.
It's okay. Win a cruise.
Yeah.
Let's win a cruise. Big cartoons.
Yeah.
Game nights are always fun. So.
Are there any 80 songs that are surprisingly difficult to perform? What are some tough ones that are challenging?
That's a great question, man.
There's a few for me.
Me too. Oh yeah.
Well, I can name the newest ones. Like I have difficulty with, believe it or not, the Huey Lewis song gives me a little bit of a problem, but I'm more and more used to it now. And because of the way it's sung, it's up there for me. We actually have to come down a half a step when we do from Top Gun.
Oh yes.
Yes. I'm having brain fog.
Easy Way Out. No, Easy Way Out.
No, that's Rocky.
Excuse me.
Kenny Loggins, Danger Zone.
Danger Zone.
Danger Zone. Okay, yeah.
Danger Zone. That's a hard song for me. I mean, I just push through it, and whatever happens, happens. If I get one of those guys standing, the fellow musicians where they're like, just kind of staring you down, whatever.
But we help each other.
She'll help me. She'll help me like carry a note or sing that higher part with me, so it carries it through.
We get the job done.
We cheat.
We just make it our own way. Make it our own way.
Well, when you have the 4 hours to fill, you're
gonna
you got to work together and get through it all.
Yes, you do.
I can't do this. I mean, how many shows
to perform?
How many shows did you do, Suzanne, with Dave and Scott and them? You guys played some gigs out, didn't you? When I left for the service.
We only did a couple of gigs out. We practiced a lot more than we played out, to be honest.
But I mean, you played a couple hour show, right? You played for a couple hours.
But we were trying to play original music at that point, so we didn't have like 4 hours worth of songs at that point.
Oh, I thought you did covers too. Okay.
We did maybe a couple of covers, We
Okay.
did I had like a slow version of Driven to Tears that we would do that was kind of cool.
Mhm.
And like a new wave version of what was that Jefferson Starship song like from the 60s? When the truth is found to be the Grace Slick song.
Don't You Want Somebody to Love?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that was
Oh,
it.
You have a
That
new
was-
wave version of that?
it was cool. It was a cool version of the song.
Oh,
Oh,
I want to
wow.
hear
And I had a
that.
ton of breath at
Yeah.
the time, so I could, I could hold a good note there. But yeah, it was kind of fun. It was like very drum heavy. Like ask Craig Fisher about it.
Okay. I might see him next week. I think he's coming
Yeah?
down next week. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's funny because he was like the dynamic. Well, there was a for people who are listening, there was a band that Bobby was in at the time, which had friends of ours that we knew from high school, and then you went to the service, right?
I joined the service, yeah, and I
Right.
left.
And around that same time, I moved back to Long Island and got recruited to sing with that same band. And
Mhm.
so we were kind of like one half and the other half of the same band. But when you were singing with that band, they were more like a heavy metal band.
Yeah, we were more of well, I wouldn't call us metal. Like we would cover everything. We'd cover like Van Halen, Ozzy, but we would also do Rick Springfield. We did U2. We're kind of all over the map. We didn't know what we wanted to do.
I kind of felt like Craig going back there, he was a drummer, was a rocker. And then I
Yeah,
showed up
we
and
did.
me and Scott wanted to be more like, because he played the keyboard. So we wanted to be
Mhm.
new wavy. And so, I felt like we were kind of dragging Craig kicking and screaming into this new model.
Yeah.
But in the end, we made it work, we
Yeah.
learned to appreciate each other's aesthetic.
I actually found it on Spotify. I played Summer Girl for her, and I said,
Oh,
you hear
yeah?
the high backgrounds? That's Suzanne.
gosh.
I love singing background though. I would have sung more if they if they wanted me to.
Amazing. That's awesome.
I played it for her because I said, I told you this is if there was ever an 80s song to just kind of like jam,
Yes.
Rubikx should do this song and just play Summer Girl.
We should have you come.
Oh, you should. Yeah.
Yes.
I will
Come.
eventually. I will come eventually. We'll see if we can do something this summer.
Okay. We can have the both of you guys. Both of you.
Yeah, I would
Nice
love
to know
that.
the heaviest person.
Yeah, as I mentioned, my mom lives in Florida, so I'll be down there. We were just talking on the phone with her
Mine too.
today. And she's asking again when we're going down there. So
Nice.
yeah, so
Nice. Yeah, come on
definitely,
down. We'll give you the schedule. Pick a weekend.
Yeah. Fun night out.
Sure.
You guys come
Yeah.
up. Yes.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah.
What's the hardest song? I want to hear what your heart song is. What would be your heart song?
Oh boy. The things that have, I'm a stickler when it comes to certain things, and we tend to go head to head with this. I always say, I don't want to change keys, because when you change keys, you lose energy. It turns into a different
She
song.
hates that. Anytime I mention like, could we come down half a step? It's just
Nope.
like,
Nope. Make it
Don't
work.
do it.
Find
Don't
your
do it.
way, or we'll work it together and we'll blend something and create something that is our own, but we still get that job done and as accurate as it can be to the real thing. And we always do. But I think the ones that are hardest for me, and as musicality wise, as a singer, we have, our chest, our head voices, all that stuff. It's when you're going for so many hours for so long without much of a break. We have each other to rely on. But it's those higher register ones that need chest power. So when I get into it, like some of the Denise Williams stuff towards the, Let's Hear It for the Boy, for instance, melodically, it's simple in my body to sing. However, when there's a little part in the back, she hits a high.
Yeah.
It's those little nuances that are very important to have.
The
you need to
inflections,
have them. Yeah.
all those inflections.
Get it out. So I get my body right. You get all that training comes into play. So, it's like you have to switch from performing outward and where your head is out on autopilot with the people. Pull it back, dial it back, stay focused and stay in your head. You know what I mean? Physically make it work. So it's things like that. The Taylor Dane songs. Ooh,
Yeah.
Those are big ones. But you got to, if you're going to do it, you always do it right. You do it.
We're one of the few bands that I know of that we kind of stay in original key, because we actually helped out a friend of ours a month and a half ago. We played with this guy who does sound for us every once in a while at a certain few places, and he has his own band. So his singer was sick. So he asked me if I could help him out. And I told him, I said, Joey, I don't know a lot of your stuff. I said, I know some. I said, let me see if Lisa's busy. Maybe Lisa does some, a lot of the rock stuff too. Maybe get us both. And she was available. She thought, oh, let's have fun. So we went and did this gig. And their whole show was, everything was a half step down, which was easy for me. That was a lot easier. But she was
For
like,
me, I hear a different song.
Yeah,
But it's not my.
Oh, so
in
interesting.
a certain key, then that's how your vocal cords know how to do it.
That's
And
right.
you know, to change it up then is kind of a whole different.
to me, it's different for me. I mean,
Exercise,
a half step for me is, I don't notice it that much. And it's just, that half step on certain songs makes all the difference in the world for me.
Mhm.
But as long as she's there to back me up and help me, I'm game. I'll go for it. You know, you might hear some
You laugh.
You might hear some cracking in like a playback if you
Mhm.
catch it just right on recording, but
It's all good.
nobody's going to notice anything live. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do think that in certain elements, you know, it is a beautiful thing, and we are human beings. We need to do it. But say if you take it out of the 80s genre, if you drop it into something like, say, Aretha Franklin, you start doing stuff instead of her C's and from her F's to C's, you start coming down. It loses, at least in the female stuff, it loses a buzz energy that sometimes, whether it's a sweet kind of a vibe or if it's a energetic kind of a vibe in the female registers, I speak of, not the male stuff, but I hear harmony. My head is programmed. I was born and raised on doo-wop harmony. So when I hear that, my head instantly goes like the female falsettos in, let's say, Tell It to My Heart.
yeah,
In the end, let you go. And you have the doubles and triple harmony. That's where my brain goes.
I'm jealous of her that, because she catches harmony like right away. Where for me, I'm more of somebody that copies it. Like if she wants me to sing a certain thing, I might not hear it. Like she's singing a song, I might not find that harmony. I'm not hearing it in my head.
You got
And
it.
then there's times when I'm like, just tell me what you want. And she'll sing a line, and once I hear it, now I have it in my head. Then I can copy it, and I'm okay with it. But with her, she just picks it out like on her own. She'll hear not just her harmony, but she'll hear two other ones with it.
So in other words, then if they change the key a step, your brain is automatically jumping to the harmony.
Oh yeah.
I do. I
I
have
get that.
an affinity for that. You know, I don't know.
She'll find harmony parts for like me, and then our guitar player Ray. She's like, okay, you do this one, Rob, you do this one, but she'll have it already figured out in her head. Where I think I noticed it when we were doing the saloon stuff. I think there was some stuff that I just couldn't find
Oh yes.
in my head, like where I wanted to be.
Yes.
And that's always asking for your help. Like, you know, where do you want me in this? Obviously, I can't do the falsetto high ones. I said I got to come up with a lower harmony, which we did. You know, but it doesn't come naturally to me. I'm more of a mockingbird. If I hear it, I can emulate it. I can repeat it back, but I have to hear it first.
Yeah,
You'd
well,
never
that's
know.
full of talent. Yeah.
It is.
No, that's a great talent that she has.
It's the two of us. That's that
Yeah.
kinship.
Hmm.
You know, when you have partnerships, either it or it's this. And for us, we're lucky. And our happy transitions to the other fellas in the gang.
Mhm.
So, you know, and it's a nice thing, you know, we're,
Yeah.
like I say in the beginning,
Yeah,
we're lucky to
I
have.
couldn't be happier with the group that we have now. I really love the people that we have in the band. There is absolutely no drama. And we've had guys come from bands that had drama, and they come to us and they're like,
It's great.
looking around like, really? Is this it?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
You know, and the audience feels it too. I bet when you have that, the no tension and stuff, and it's especially with a party atmosphere for the 80s, and so that's
Wow.
perfect. That's what you want. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you have to just, that's the whole key, is just really connecting with your audience.
It gets us in trouble.
Oh yeah.
People want to talk. So, and
Yeah.
when we're on break, you need a minute, and we
Right.
spread sugar all throughout the
God.
theaters or the
This is a
event.
song you guys should do. And I'm like, Really?
You know how it is. You guys are in the biz. You know, you touched as well. So, you know, people want to share that excitement. They throw it back at you. It's a mirror.
Mhm.
We're very
Mhm.
lucky. No, right?
No, it's a good thing. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. It's a good thing.
It's a
It's
great
just that
thing.
sometimes, you know, when you finish a show and you're breaking down, you're focusing on like gathering your gear. I have like a set routine. I have my wireless mic, my stands, my props, all that stuff. I have a certain pattern that I start putting stuff away. And if I get out of that because somebody gets my attention, they want to ask me about some Flock of Seagulls song or whatever, that's when I end up leaving stuff at the place. So I politely say, just give me 5. Please give me 5 minutes, 5 minutes. So
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But that's all we need, roadies.
yeah,
There
can't
you
afford
go.
roadies yet.
I feel like
Roadies in
times
addition to.
I went to concerts and like waited to try to get the attention of somebody.
Oh, but you know what? Yes.
Oh, those are the best. You're talking about people that come up to you as you're performing?
Oh,
No,
that's great.
I'm talking about me going to somebody else's concert and like trying to harass the guitar player after.
Oh yeah. There's always that too.
Oh,
But we do. We have security. Security.
Deb has a new role. She not only is handling all social media, but she's security now.
She is our media force. I gotta talk. We gotta talk about her.
There you go.
Gotta tell
Yes.
him. Somebody's gotta
My
tell him.
wife, Debbie Lankenau, does an outstanding job with our social media. She hits Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm trying to focus. We leave the gig. I'm exhausted last night. And she's like, do you know how many people were watching you live on TikTok during this song? And I'm like, can we talk about this later?
But
You know, she gets so excited, you know, so she does all that. And then I just recently, you know, in a lighthearted way, we gave it /security because she knows certain people that, you know, that she has to watch out for, and
she cares.
she cares.
She looks out. She's eagle eye. But all the work that in this kind of a biz, right? We all know the live streaming business, interviewing, all of this, and in the world that we live, TikTok and Insta and all this articulation. Where would we be without that? Because without that, nobody knows. You could be the world distributes opportunity, talent, but not opportunity, right? So I think that more props go to Deb Lankenau because she is the driving force, the heartbeat. Yes, you can have talent, you can have passion, all the good stuff, but without getting it out,
Hey,
she is responsible for the work that we gain.
Why are you telling? I'm passionate.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'll step aside. Sorry. She's my GF. Like she's my GF. You know, like that's what I mean. That's why this is such a happy.
I'm every girl's girlfriend.
I know.
And I'm lucky I'm married, or else I'd be like the loneliest guy on the planet.
No, you wouldn't. Your phone would be blowing up. You'd be the guy on the floor.
Women will call my wife saying, "Is your husband available to go to the mall with me today?"
He is the best shopper. Oh my God. We have Timu between all of us. Deb is now flying. She's tearing up the boards.
Like involved.
Oh,
it's like I have a relationship with Amazon now. They show up every day, and
Amazon Timu.
Yeah, and Timu, yeah.
And we all text each other like viral. Did you see what I got? Look. So
these are those mesh gloves I told you about. I got 6 pairs. I'm like, okay.
But Amazon is good for like finding, 80s costuming type of stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Where did you get the jackets? So she bought these like really cool Top Gun flight jackets.
Oh yeah, that was Amazon.
So it was Amazon?
Amazon.
So she bought them for me and her. And when we first start Take My Breath Away, we're in jackets. And then when we start with Take My Breath Away, then we do the Top Gun theme. You know, that down, 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 down. So we have the guitar doing that.
Everybody's
scooting. And then we flow right into Danger Zone. So it kind of hits them right between the.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all visual. It's really cool.
That's so awesome. Before we wrap up, I have like one more question. If someone had never heard 80s music before, what 3 songs would you play to introduce them to the decade?
Oh, I wish I had time to think about that. That's a good
question.
Oh,
because do you see a lot of kids Do you
Oh
see a
yeah.
lot of little kids at your shows too? Yeah, because
Oh
I've
yeah.
noticing that at some concerts like Jeff Leppard Journeys, a lot of kids that are into it. So yeah, so if some
It's very
young ones out there, what would you?
we got to
We
pass that torch. We got to show them what's
yeah,
good.
we find at certain places we play, the younger crowd comes out. They love us.
And they dress.
They really
Oh.
do. They love us.
Yeah.
They do. We
So-
have a great
Great.
cult follow. They come, the parents come, they bring. We have a great across the decades. So we've got the
20s through the 70s. We have people in that whole group that like to come out and watch us.
I
So
love it. I love
Yeah.
that.
that's fun. But for
Yeah.
me, 3 songs, gotta go. I gotta go. Flock of Seagulls. I Ran.
Oh, God.
There's got to be a song that it's got to pop in there. It's that synth pop.
yeah.
I'm not sure if Footloose. Yeah, I guess it's an anthem song. Footloose, maybe.
I'm thinking.
For me, Pour Some Sugar on Me was played forever on the radio when it came back out. There's so many. It's so hard to
Yeah.
pick 3 songs. I don't know that.
Yeah. I'd say for myself, I go into the definitely Prince, anything
Yeah.
Prince.
Yeah, I forgot about
And Sheila E. Yeah. Oh, there we go. That was a win. That was a win. That was a win.
that. I thought for sure you'd go Whitney. I know you love
Oh,
Whitney.
yes. Well,
Yeah.
you got that. The Whitney, for sure. I love singing Whit. But Sheila E. because of the show out. I can still recall being, watching MTV, like, oh my God, I want to do that. I want to watching Whitney in I Want to Dance with Somebody, with all the paint splash across the screen, the digital edits of the paint and the white backing and big hair, the crimped hair. Definitely Sheila E. She's drumming away, to see a female in power like that with a male who's very metro with her,
Yeah.
very confusing in heels, and she's doing the
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
things did a thing to me. They lit me up. I think as far as those two, oh God, and of course, any of those big power ballads. I mentioned her earlier, but
Take On Me was a big one too. Take
That
On
was
Me
a great one.
huge.
but I am a
Yeah.
Taylor Dane. I love that hardcore, that stuff that gets right into your chest. Oof, it's just a power hit, punches you right in the face. Those are my favorites, especially when they're the slow melodics. Ooh, the ballads. I'll always love you. Get it.
We get sometimes the simplest. Can I say the S word?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes the simplest shitty little songs get the biggest. Like we do, not every show, but we throw in "Blister in the Sun," and I can't tell you how many people lose their shit when they run to the dance floor for that song. I mean, when I even call it out, because I never even put it in the set list, it's something I will call out. I'll get the kind of looks from the band like, the song again.
But it's candy. It's ear candy. But like a Virgin does that. That Virgin has anything Madonna. All the girls. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm coming. You know what I mean? Like it's a cosmopolitan kind
Well,
of.
lately, the last bunch of shows, because we started doing stuff from Dirty Dancing. Now we do Time of My Life, and oh my God, it's like every chick in the place turns into Baby. They all turn into Baby.
And all you see is this.
Yeah, they want to be lifted up and
Yeah.
It's
They're
crazy.
gonna
clear the
do
runway for that.
But once you hear those jingles, in that music, that do,
Yeah.
everything just becomes magical. There's nothing you can't go wrong with that genre. That whole decade, we're very lucky.
Yeah, definitely cool.
Hard to break it down to 3 songs though.
Yeah.
I need
hard.
another minute.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. You know what it is? It depends on your likes.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody's a little different genre-wise in the 80s, what they like.
Yeah. Different time.
Bubblegum stuff has its place. The rock has its place. I mean, we try and cover it all. And when I first started the band, there was probably 4 or 5 like hair metal bands around. There's still a couple that still do it. So a couple good ones actually. And we decided to stay away from that stuff. Don't step on their toes. Let's carve out our own niche. Because there was only like one other band at the time, and they were already kind of on a downslide of their high. So we just decided let's stay with the synth new wave, the pop of the 80s. We'll stick with that. But like every show, I like, you guys know any Poison? Do you do any Bon Jovi? And I'm like, no, no, no. And after saying no, I'm like, you have to say yes. Yeah, you have to do some. So I said, let's learn some. I mean, most of the band knew some of the stuff already, but just have a couple in your hip pocket, that we can do on demand at any time. It has to be anthem kind of stuff. The stuff you would hear on Top 40 radio. Yeah, yeah. No B cuts, nothing like that.
Yeah, well, that was another beautiful thing about the '80s. All the different genres of music you could hear, like on one radio station or on MTV.
Yeah.
We that's what we listened to. It wasn't siloed like today. It was like, you
No.
listen to everything. Yeah.
And then there's the stuff like I know I listened to it. You were a fan, Suzanne, right? You were a fan of stuff like REM, college radio kind of hit stuff.
Oh yeah. And
Back
the
in the
thing
day,
is,
right?
it wasn't that easy to find that music on.
Yeah.
You had to hit the right
It's more
channel.
underground. It was like an underground
like
station.
I hear more, what we considered underground music, like in the supermarket now than I did, on the mainstream radio stations on Long Island back in the day.
It was hard to find
What
it.
station to look for, or you had to go out to the clubs. They played that music
Yeah.
at the clubs.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, walking through the food store these days, I am grooving. I'm grooving.
Yeah.
No, me
Like
too.
a whole playlist.
Oh, this is, I don't want to leave
I
Publix.
feel like Gary Newman on like a Fidelity commercial, or Walmart will,
Salt and
the
pepper.
Pet Shop Boys in their
Oh.
ad, and I'm like, we couldn't even get the DJs to play that when we wanted to, back when it was a
No.
song.
Well, because it wasn't like, it was like, ooh, you can't do that. You
Yeah.
can't say that. So,
Yeah.
the whole, and then when everybody started crossing, stealing bass lines and samples and, all that, then you get into that realm, things change.
Yeah.
But it's good stuff. I love that underground, what we would have considered that underground stuff. It's funny to hear the little ones enjoy it now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think it's great. There's been such a resurgence, and that the bands are still out there playing. Like I saw The Cure. I've seen the Depeche Mode, and I just saw Sting like a month or two ago. It was amazing.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah. And Depeche Mode, I think is the original lineup still. I think it's the all original lineup.
It was.
think.
I know the keyboard player recently died. I don't remember if
Okay. I know it's the same guitar
after
player
that.
and the vocalist is still the same, and I think the
Oh
drummer's
yeah,
still.
yeah. And they sound exactly the same. They sound exactly the same.
Yeah,
But I
some
just-
bands have the original form, and then there's other bands like I remember years ago I saw at the Coconut Creek Casino, they closed off the Nectar Lounge is called. They actually had this huge curtain that came around, so close it off because you needed a ticket to get in. And they billed it as the Flock of Seagulls. So my buddy was the photographer, so I went with him on the gig. So we went in the back green room, hanging out with the band, and all I knew was the singer. So it was the singer and then three other guys,
Right. I think
So-
like a year and a half ago, maybe I went to see Foreigner.
They're all different.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
took about a half an hour to realize that nobody in this band could possibly have been alive in the 80s.
No.
Yeah.
Once in a blue moon, Mick Jones would play a couple of songs with them. He might come out if he was there with
Yeah.
them.
Right.
That's
So
it.
why aren't they a tribute band?
They are. They're like the ultimate tribute band.
They're like
Yeah.
the ultimate tribute band. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some that still tour, and some of them have at least half, if not 3/4 of the original lineup, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like I Poison, when they go out there, the original 4 members
Yeah.
go out and play.
Mm-hmm.
A few years back, I had the privilege of seeing Def Leppard.
Yeah.
Joe Elliott could still
Yeah.
hit those notes. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a fun band to see live.
Journey.
My wife and I, Debbie and I, won't go to standard like arenas for a concert anymore. Like we fell in love with going to this place called, they change names every 2 years, but it used to be called Cruzan
Oh,
Amphitheater.
yeah. Vodka. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I call it Heat Stroke Amphitheater in case you went in the summertime because it's all outdoors. But they have like, similar to like Bald Hill, Suzanne, like the big grassy knolls and stuff where you can bring chairs out there. And then they have the seating underneath the overhang and stuff and the big stage. So it held like 15, 18,000 people, but it was outside.
Yeah.
I like seeing shows like that because we sit on the grass, we're on the hill. on blankets and we're rolling around, getting drunk and taking selfies with each other and stuff. That to me is a more fun experience with your friends to see a show. I've seen 600 concerts in my day. I could give a rat's ass if I see every little nook and cranny on the stage. I hear it fine. I'm good.
Yeah, and they have the screen. So we have a place like that called the original name was Great Woods. It's one of those that changes names every couple of years, but the original one that I grew up was Great Woods, so that's what I know. Yeah. It's the same thing with the grass and stuff. You have to sit out there. You don't have assigned seats, and that's where I see most of my concerts.
It just made the whole experience so much more fun. We went and saw Def Leppard again after seeing them a couple times at the outdoor arena. We went where the Panthers play hockey. And my wife and I left that concert like, that sucked. That was horrible. Like I'm not saying the sound or the show, just the idea that we had to sit and look this direction.
Seats.
I didn't like it at all. You're in your seats, you can't get up and move around. I didn't like it. I was like, let's not go to any more concerts unless it's there. So.
Oh man, I could be like talking all night with you guys, but I guess we need to wrap up.
We're over time.
Talk could go on and on.
Fun.
Yeah.
So are you. Do you want to tell people where they can find you? And if you want, you can like introduce your band members, like you're on stage and you want to.
Yes.
There they are.
It's kind of blurry on the screen. I don't know if other people can read it.
I'll start it out. On the drums, we have Mr. Joe Bazarek.
Big guy.
The big guy. Joey B.
Yeah, Joey B.
On the keyboard.
Yeah. We've got Mr. One and Only Amazing Scott Rowell. He's incredible. Any genre. He's got 2 different sets of keys going at the same time, here, there, everywhere. He's exactly what we need.
On the bass guitar, we have my wife's favorite member. And that includes our husband in the band.
That's right.
My wife's favorite member is Mr. Bobby Sherman on the bass guitar.
We've got another string gentleman on the other side of the stage. He's burning it up and tearing everything down. Mr. Ray Delachai. He is a prodigy. He plays every instrument known to man. So we're lucky to have him. His superpower is replicating everything to what you hear. So that's like to the note. So
solid guitar player, really, really good lead guitarist.
And then there's this crazy fella that I know, this guy. It's on the other side that
this crazy chick next to me too.
We're just losing our minds. Losing our minds.
We'll just say Bobby Dazzler and Macy.
There you go. There you go. That's what it's about.
Wonder Twins power.
Yeah.
Love it.
Cannot, but and nowhere near least, we've got our media strength.
Our media strength, Miss Debbie Sue Radolinsky Lankenau.
There it is.
Bam, bam.
That's right. We need her like on a stick, where we like a face on a stick.
Oh, she carries a stick.
Yeah. She has security. When I say it, I say
security.
it like security. She does not play. Do not cross.
Whose head do I got to bust?
That's right. Good head. All she needs is an eye, like an Italian mother. You just get the eye. And they know.
That sounds familiar.
Do you have any upcoming dates that you'd like to announce?
Yeah, actually, we were playing a really cool event on Thursday this week called Icon. And it's a new music series. It's at the Intercontinental Hotel in Miami. We're playing on the roof of the hotel, and it overlooks the Miami skyline and Biscayne Bay. So this is something brand new for us. We just got hired for this about 2 months ago. So this is like a first for us. We're really excited for this. And what's cool is I think their first show they did was about a month ago. They had, I don't even know his name, but they had the winner from The Voice. He performed the show there. And they were very excited about us coming up. We heard there was some chatter about us, like, oh, come down again. We got this really cool 80s band called Rubixx is playing. Oh, yeah. So they're excited to see us.
Yeah, this is a big one for us. We're getting a lot of in and out of state. I should say we're getting radio play. We're getting all kinds of media, and they're they're really looking forward to adding us to their roster. So we have that. That's a really big show for us. We have Hard Rock coming up again in a couple of months. We're working on that. We are really excited. We have some far and away things coming up down the pike. Hopefully we'll be able to advertise those in months coming ahead for maybe some water travel, things in and out of state. So we've got a lot of work. This is a full-time thing for us.
Exciting and new.
There we go. So this Rubixx brand of ours is quite an adventure. So we look forward to it. We definitely hope we get to see you guys. I want to be able to give you guys great big hugs.
Yeah, definitely.
I got t-shirts for you guys. Come on down.
I'll give you some hair. You can wear some good hair.
I got plenty I can bring with me.
All right.
There you go.
What color you want?
Okay, I'll bring the hairspray.
That's gonna be a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Suzanne, you want to tell people where they can find you and get your book?
Yeah, I'm kind of easy to find. Suzanne
Please
Mattaboni, Suzanne Mattaboni.com or onceinaLifetimeNovel.com, because I've got a novel out that takes place in the 80s with a lot of background with new wave music and pop and arts and such, and young girls trying to figure their lives out. Like we talked about where we all were in our lives when this music came out. You're just kind of like trying to figure everything out and start a career and get your life moving. And it's really kind of frustrating that you want to be someplace, but you just don't know exactly how you're going to get there.
Yeah.
Kind of like once in a lifetime, like,
Yes.
oh my God, what have I done? Or oh my God, well, how did I get here?
Yes. Yes.
But in any case, yeah, that's on Amazon. And I have some short story collection that I'm speaking to a publisher about, so that that might be coming out soon.
Congratulations! That's amazing.
Hey, security, come here for a second.
Media presence. Yes, media presence for that as well. Yeah.
We need to do. It doesn't matter what you look like. You're beautiful.
That's
Come here.
great. Please share those links.
She wants to know. They want to know where they could find us.
Oh, on TikTok, Rubixx Band, RUBIXXBAND. Instagram, same thing, Rubixx Band, and Facebook. Also on
Instagram.
No.
TikTok,
Instagram, and
Want another one?
yeah.
There's Threads, Blue Sky,
Red.
X.
It's red. Videos.
Oh, YouTube.
YouTube. Oh my God about that.
It's been a long weekend.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
The video thing that you
YouTube.
type something in and it comes up.
I couldn't think of it. I'm so sorry about that. But yes, YouTube as well. And that's Rubixx Band as well. RUBIXX.
Awesome. Yeah.
Love it.
I'll
Hi,
share those
nice
links.
to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
She's a huge driving force. We
Yeah.
wouldn't be anywhere without all the power and energy of what she puts in to all of this. I think it takes a village. It really does. We've all been a part of projects, as you guys as well. When you have everybody like-minded onto one target, things
amazing.
get done.
It's amazing what gets done.
Yes. So thank you to Deb for that. She's incredible.
Yeah, share, follow, let me know you saw this video, this podcast on there. That would be great. And we're excited to meet everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
We hope you guys come out.
I'm excited for
Definitely.
my friend to come down too.
To make it
I
happen.
want Paul to make a visit too.
Yeah. And you guys are like just getting started. You're really like coming around. So I love this. I'm loving this journey you guys are on.
Awesome.
So it's so
Thanks.
exciting.
We hope we get to
Thank you
have
so much for having
you
us.
guys-
I really appreciate it. You know what? We'd love to come visit you guys anytime you'd like us on.
Yes.
Really would.
We would love to share energy and exchange it back to you guys. Thank you for taking the opportunity to
Definitely.
talk with us and spread us as well. We
Thank
would
you.
love to have you guys come into town and allow us to do the same.
Okay, I love it. Thank you.
Debbie will buy you a drink.
Deb will buy a drink.
I'll put the back down.
Thanks, Deb.
I feel like I know her already.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Debbie.
on Facebook or what have you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I want to thank all the viewers for watching. I hope you really enjoy this. Definitely, especially if you're in Florida, especially South Florida, go check them out. Definitely check out Rubixx.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yes, thanks, guys.
Thank you to all you guys. Rob, Lisa, Suzanne, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Guys have a great night.
Fun.
You too.
You as well. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
And remember,
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes!
sit, Lizzie, sit. Good dog.